Assalamualaikum class. I hope you all are fine. The chapter that we are going to start today is the beginning of the Mughal Empire, which is chapter number 10 in your book. Chapter number 10. The beginnings of the Mughal Empire. In the previous chapter, we have talked about the Delhi Sultanate and how it evolved and divided into different classes. And now today our topic is the beginning of the Mughal Empire, and now we will see how Mughals were raised into power. So, firstly we will discuss their origins. Okay. So then we will talk. Now we will talk about the origins of the Mughal Empire. मतलब ये थे कौन कहाँ से आए थे और कहाँ के descendants थे. So they were the people from Mongols and Turkish. They belong from here. And secondly, they were warriors. Warriors meaning they were involved in warfare and they belong to Genghis Khan and Temur as well. Genghis Khan and Temur. Okay. Although they belong to a very small place, but they turned into a huge empire, and victory they so they belong to a very small kingdom, but they become the rulers of a very vast empire on the Indian subcontinent. So now we will talk about further about the reign of Zahiruddin Babur. We will talk about how he came to power and how he took the throne. He took the throne at a very young age from Fargana in 1495. 1495 at a very young age of 12. Then in 1504, Zahiruddin Babar captured Kabul. Okay. So he took the throne from Fergana in 1495. He came into the government at the very ripe age of 12. And then in 1504, he captured Kabul. It was the base from where he started his achievements. Now we will talk about his military tactics. Only. Okay, so now we will talk about his military tactics and then how he did in warfare. He built relations with the Safavids in Persia and Ottomans in Turkey. He also introduces technology, new technology that was matchlock guns. Before these matchlock guns, they were only traditional weapons, which were swords and arrows. But he introduces this technology and he introduces matchlock guns in warfare. Now we will talk further about his military tactics. He took control the city of Lahore in 1525. Now we will learn about his war, which was with Ibrahim Lodi. And you know all that we have read about Ibrahim Lodi in the last chapter. So now we will discuss its war. Ibrahim Lodi was from the Delhi Sultanate and Babur. They were fighting. Its army was huge. He had huge number of elephants and army, but still he was defeated by Babur. His army outnumbered Babur's, but still he was defeated at the place of Panipat. Now we will talk further how he was defeated. And the battle was called as the Battle of Panipat, where Ibrahim Lodi was defeated by the Zahiruddin Babur. There is a term in your book, Tulguma. It means that it was used by the Zahiruddin Babur. He surrounded the enemy from all sides. It is used for Zahiruddin Babur that he surrounded the enemy from all sides and he defeated Ibrahim Lodi, who was from the Delhi Sultanate, and he was killed at the Battle of Panipat. Then Zahiruddin Babur died because of many bouts of sickness, and then his rule was ended. Okay, so till then we have studied about the origin of the Mughal Empire and then the reign of the Zahiruddin Babur and how he came to power, what was his military tactics, and now we will talk about the collapse and restoration of the Mughal Empire. The collapse and restoration of the Mughal Empire. Collapse means how it was defeated. Under Humayun. Collapse means how the Mughal Empire under the reign of Humayun, how it was defeated and then how it was restored, came back to its power under Humayun. Humayun was the son of Zahiruddin Babur. Son of Zahiruddin Babur. he was not very strong in warfare as like his father. He was weak in his military tactics. So he was defeated by Sher Suri. Now we will talk about who was Sher Suri. He was an ordinary soldier, and he was called as Farid Khan. He was also called as Farid Khan, and he was an ordinary soldier, but he was a threat to the second Mughal emperor Humayun because he was weak and Sher Shah Suri was a great warrior. Sher Shah Suri defeated Humayun when he attacked Bengal. He attacked Bengal and he defeated Humayun. His achievement was also that he built a grand trunk road. He built grand trunk road. It was all about the collapse of the Mughal Empire under Humayun. When Sher Shah Suri was a threat to the Humayun, as he was a weak warrior. He was not as strong as his father, Jahangir Babur was. So he was defeated by Sher Shah Suri when he attacked Bengal, and he was defeated there. And remember this that Sher Shah Suri was also called as Farid Khan, and he was an ordinary soldier. Now we will talk about the restoration of the Mughal Empire. So we have talked about the collapse and then Humayun, and now we will talk about the restoration. How he restored the Mughal Empire again. Okay, so restoration includes as he was defeated, it was so humiliating for the Humayun. But when his son Akbar was born, he retook the Kabul because the heirs of the and the descendants of the Sher Shah Suri became very weak. So he retook the Kabul after his son was born. And there was a battle of Sirhind. There was a battle of Sirhind, and Humayun uh, took the army control of Beram Khan. Humayun gave command of army to a very strong leader known as Behram Khan. At the Battle of Sirhind, Sher Shah Suri was defeated, and he took the Kabul. He fought, and then Humayun gave command of army to a very strong leader called Behram Khan, and they were succeeded. They were victorious people. Humayun. In this way, he restored the Mughal Empire. But after this, a very tragic incident happened to him, Humayun, as he fell down from his observatory. Observatory is a place from where you privately watch your surroundings and your area. That if enemy is attacking, you will then can take measures and can stop them. But he fell from there and he died. Then at the age of 30, it was a very ripe age for the son of Humayun, who was Akbar. He took the throne at the age of 30. And then after Humayun, he became the Mughal emperor. I'm writing here. Akbar became the Mughal emperor after his father Humayun. So it was the restoration of the Mughal Empire. Now we will revise briefly that we have talked about the origins of the Mughal Empire. From there they were descended, they were from Turkish people and from Mongols. And then although they were from a very large empire, from a very large space, they belonged to a very small kingdom. But then they spread their victories and conquered a very vast empire. And then after there came the reign of the Yugin Babur, who was a very strong warrior. And after he defeated Ibrahim Lodi at the Battle of Panipat, but he died because of sickness. So his son came into power, who was the second Mughal Emperor Humayun. Firstly, he was defeated. It was a collapse of the Mughal Empire. He was defeated by Sher Shah Suri, and then there came the restoration because at the Battle of Sirhind, he gave the command to a very strong leader called as Behram Khan. So then he restored the Mughal Empire, and after the death of Humayun, his son Akbar took the throne. So that was all for today. I hope you have all understand it. Okay, enough. Just thank you.